Go.
Hi, my name is Emily Wolf and I'm with Yoga Hope, and I'm going to give you a simple but really great power yoga sequence or yoga routine that you can do at home. So whenever you start out in your yoga sequence or doing your yoga practice, you want to always have a couple minutes at the very beginning for your meditation, meditating on scripture, a positive quote, a picture. Some people just like to clear their mind and focus on the flame of the candle. I prefer meditation on the Word of God. So today our scripture is going to be still and know that I am God. And you can be still and know and still have a very good power yoga practice exercise that's really vamped up and brings a little bit of sweat depending on how fast or how slow you do your sequence and how many repetitions that you do of this. So you'd start in a comfortable seated position or reclined laying back position and begin to meditate on the scripture, be still and know that I am God. Just saying that over and over, trying to clear your mind of any to-do list that you have that day, of anything that's just kind of pulling at your spiritual body, your mental state, your physical body, anything that's providing stress or tension within the body, brain, that kind of thing. You just want to clear your mind and begin to rest your body. Lower your shoulders away from your ears and just simply breathe. So focus on your breathing, inhaling and exhaling through the mouth. Once you create a rhythm with that, you can start exhaling through your mouth, but you want to inhale and exhale through the nose. I'm sorry, I think I said mouth earlier. And the reason you do that is because it's just fresh, clean air. Your nose is like a filter, so you start off with that. After meditating for a couple minutes, go ahead and in your power class, we're going to jump up to downward facing dog. So you're going to go and get into your downward facing dog a little quicker than you would in a gentle class here. So you might do a little more stretches in a gentle class or something before you come up to this pose. So you're going to pedal out your feet a little bit, move your hips side to side, kind of stretch it out, really try to press your chest toward your thighs here. And it's not so much about bringing your heels on the ground as it is just feeling a stretch there. If they don't touch the ground, that's okay. Just make sure you're stretching out the back of your legs there, so trying to push them towards the ground. So you're breathing in and out deeply throughout your whole practice. So from here, we're going to step up to the top of our mat and do a couple sun salutations to warm up our power class here. So sun salutation is about 6 poses in one. So you're going to inhale, reach high over your head, and exhale, bring it low, and try to touch your toes here. So awakening the back of the legs. So you might bring your feet about hip width apart, kind of hang if you want to stretch it out. You may just gently roll yourself back up. Do another inhale, arms high. Exhale, really feeling out your body, really taking note of what your body is feeling. Yoga means to yoke, so you're yoking together mind, spirit, and body. Just really getting in touch with how you feel. And you're the only one that knows your body. So a couple times doing that. On this next one, exhaling, touching our toes, we're going to come halfway up, stretching our tailbone back and our chest forward, really stretching our spine back and forth here. Then you're going to plant your hands, bring yourself down to a plank here. You can hold it for a few breaths if you want to. You can come all the way down. Important thing to remember on a plank is to keep the eyes of your elbows, which is this part right here, forward. So you want to keep your elbows really tight into the sides of your body and keep the eyes of your elbows straight. You can drop your knees here if you need to, make it a little easier. Make sure your knees are somewhat behind you, not like this. You don't want to go down like this. So you want to kind of be at an angle and then bring yourself down slowly, or if your knees aren't on the ground, it would look like this. From here, you're going to push up into upward facing dog, which is pushing into the tops of your feet, thighs are off the ground, or you can go in cobra. If this is too much, you just drop your hips to the ground and bring your hands out. And this is a lot more of back. You're pulling up with your back versus your arms. Here, so you can hold here. And then our final pose in the sun salutation is a downward facing dog. So you come here, we're going to do that again. So I'll step forward, we'll do another sun salutation. That's okay. And I'll do it a little quicker. So breathe in, exhaling, inhaling halfway up. Plant those hands. Come back down into your plank, exhaling the whole way. Inhale, upward dog, and or cobra, and exhale into your downward facing dog. So from here, we're gonna do a sequence. I'll do one side, and you just do, know when the video's over that you do both sides of the body always. So you're gonna lift your leg, maybe open up the hip, bend that leg, look at your foot underneath the left armpit, swing that foot up, coming into crescent lunge here. Crescent lunge, your back toes on the tiptoe. Arms come up, working on balance and strength. And you'll bring it back down. Swing that leg back, come down, bring that right leg back up, swing it up into warrior one. Difference in crescent lunge and warrior one is that back foot. Now the back foot is flat. So you're holding here. Maybe bring it to warrior two. Peaceful warrior. Stretch out the side body. Bring it down to side angle here. So one hand goes on the inside of the foot or outside, your preference, and opening up into side angle. And stretch it out this way. You can take a bind if you would like. Important thing to remember is just opening the chest. There. So from here, we're going to swing up onto that leg and come into warrior three. So warrior three, that back leg is out like this. Trying to make a straight line from your head to toe. Arms can be at heart center, out, or full warrior three. You'll hold here for a couple breaths and then bring it down into a standing split. Once you do that, bring that leg down, forward fold. Slowly roll yourself up. Do another sun salutation here. So breathe in, exhale, halfway up. Plant those hands. You'll make your practice your own. So if you forget a step, that's okay. Just make it up as you go. Come into child's pose maybe, breathe it out. You'll come back into downward dog, do the other side. You can do that sequence as many times, switching back and forth from each leg. Just make sure that however many times on one side you do it, you do the same on the other side. So lastly, you can do a little bit of abs. So sometimes I like to do bicycles for abs. Do it nice and slow and controlled. Try not to bring the knee up this way. Try to keep it back. When you're bringing it up, your body's turning more towards the leg versus your legs coming up like this, okay? So do 25, 50 abs if you feel like it, maybe just 15 or 20 that day. And then go into inversions, which is a rabbit pose. Legs up the wall pose, and you can do it on a tree. Lots of trees around me. You could do that if you were outside, maybe just bringing your legs up, elevating the legs, reversing your blood flow and the digestive system. Rabbit does the same thing because your head is, the one I just did, your head is down on your mat. Or you can start going into headstands, shoulder stands, tripod, things like that that are a little more intense, and you can use a wall or a tree to try those at home, and they're a lot of fun. So I'm going to go ahead and do a tripod here. So in tripod, this is what you would look like. The ground's a little uneven where I'm at right now. Always after inversions, go into child's pose. Knees apart or together, toes to touch for the same amount of time that you went into the inversion, just to allow the pressure to release in your brain and allow natural blood flow back into the body. So from there, you can go into hero pose or camel. Hero, sitting in between your legs, just stretching out those quads like this. Or you can simply do a camel pose, supporting your low back and really stretching out your spine. Lots of flexibility in your spine. You can bring your arms back if you need to. Pretend there's a beach ball behind you. You want to go up and over the beach ball, not back like this. Go up and over. So from there, come into your final pose, Shavasana, the most important pose of our practice. Throughout the beginning and middle, what we just did of our practice, make sure you're just meditating on that scripture or whatever you chose to meditate to calm your mind, spirit, and body. And you'll come into your final pose, relaxing, and again bringing yourself back to your intention or that scripture, opening your legs wide to get a stretch in between, or just allowing your legs to relax out in front of you forward. And you'll be here for 5 to 10 minutes. Just fully allowing your body to sink into the earth, to rest, releasing every muscle and enjoying that. Maybe set yourself a timer, maybe get a cold cloth and lay it on your face. And I like to end my practices coming back to lotus pose or half lotus if you feel to do that, whichever is best for you. Bring my hands to heart center, allow your eyes to fall closed. I like to say a prayer, connect with the Lord again, and take a deep breath. Maybe stretch, and that's your power practice for the day. Again, you can do it as fast or slow as you want. If you really want to build up a sweat, do it a little quicker. Make sure you do it on both sides of your body and enjoy. This is Emily Wolf, and I'm from Yoga Hope.